Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn. This will be a general reading for Aquarius for the month of October 2019. If this resonates with you and you would like a personal reading, you can find the email address on the link below. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be awesome, and leave me a comment. I would love that. So I've shuffled already, and I picked you 3 cards from 3 separate decks. And the first card you got was the Tribe. And the message here is community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. And the universe angel message here is, this card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our tribes, families, and communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, a kinship, and a purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is needed. The relationship message, you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. Yet, you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You are in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. Prosperity message. Whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there's a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it's a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There is no other meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have purpose. And the protection message is, beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the tribe? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger role? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall. Be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to make. Making yourself small bears too high a cost. And the second card is the Ten of Thought. And it says, A situation that's been troubling you has come to an end, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. With the challenging times behind you, you can now move on. It's important to fully let go at this juncture. Someone in your life may now finally be free of his or her addictions or codependency issues. The message in the book says, "Your difficulties are now over. The challenging times move into the past so you can focus on what's next." This card often comes with a sense of relief and may even have been expected for some time. This is a card of quick goodbyes mixed with the joy of finally getting to move on. If you're carrying any baggage from the past, now is the time to hand it over to your angels. Remembering the past as worse than it was, getting free of an addiction or codependent relationship, learning to laugh at your problems. Those were just some additional messages for the second card. And your last card, I love this card, is "You're Not Afraid." I like that card. And the message is, the ego is always in fear, so it becomes a habit to be afraid in life, even when you're not. As you face present conditions, ask yourself, am I really scared? And if so, then of what? Listen to your spirit for the answer. Don't be surprised to discover that you're not really afraid at all. You're just in the habit of believing that you should be. Your spirit is more than up to the challenges of the moment, and it wants to take over and lead the way. In fact, when you get beyond the habit of fear, you'll discover that you can hardly wait to allow your spirit to guide you on your present exciting adventure. Trust it and smile at your fears. They are not really the huge monsters lurking in the corner ready to pounce that you suspect they are. Rather, they're simply shadows on the walls of your imagination, born of the dimness of light as your ego tries to hide from your spirit. Get past the habit of fear and dive into your new adventure with confidence. Stop fearing and start enjoying the fact that you are not really afraid after all. Okay, so the tribe, 10 of thought, and you're not afraid. So the first card, the tribe, community, belonging, being seen and understood. So you have to, I think, make sure you surround yourself with good people, not energy-sucking vampires that give you positive feedback, no negativity. Get into a new group that make you feel like you matter, that you share your gifts with, that you can contribute to. Anything, any little small things. You can surround yourself with people that you have a lot in common with, similar qualities, and you can be the leader sometimes, teach people, or you can let other people lead and follow them. And accepting the truth that everyone has flaws, no one's perfect, no judgment. You're asked to be aware of the dynamics so you don't want to repeat them. You're in a perfect place right now to make changes. So, yeah, I think you just have to surround yourself with really good, positive people. Get in a group, friends, family. Just surround yourself with a good tribe of people. Then you'll be protected. Do you hide? Don't hide who you are. Be who you are. Be your authentic self. Don't compromise your integrity for anybody. Don't let anybody dim your light. Just be real. Show your true authentic self. It's the only way you can have power, just have self-confidence. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Step into the role your heart tells you to make. Because if you're not true to yourself, then it says it's just too high a cost to bear. There's no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing that you have a purpose. That would bring so much joy. And then it just says, the second card, your difficulties are now over. It's time to move on to the next chapter. It'll feel like a sense of relief. And you've been expecting this for some time now. Quick goodbyes, mixed with the joy of finally getting to move on. But try not to carry any baggage from the past. It's not going to do you any good now. Live in the present moment. Just hand over all your worries and baggage from the past to your angels. Just give it to them. Say goodbye to it. Remembering that the past was worse than it actually was. That's very true, actually. Most of us do that when we think of the past. We can't let it go, and it goes over and over and over and over in our head. We usually remember it as being worse than it really is, so it's not going to do you any good. Just let it go. And just, it says learn to laugh at your problems. I think that's hard, but if you can do that, I think that's awesome. I think that would be a healing for you. Surround yourself with good people. Move on. Get rid of the past. And don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid. Just be yourself. Don't let your ego step in. Be who you are. Listen to your spirit for your answers. And you're not even really afraid. It's just your ego telling you you're afraid. Just believe in who you are. Your spirit is more than up to the challenge of the moment. And it wants to take over and lead the way. Just follow your heart. This will give you excitement and joy. Your spirit will guide you on your new present adventure. Just trust it. Don't focus on your fears. Focus on the excitement. Don't let negative ego tell you you can't have this. Trust it. Get past the habit of fear and dive into your new adventure with confidence. Stop fearing and start enjoying the fact that you're not really afraid at all. Okay, there you go. That's it. Leave me a message. I'd love to hear from you. Like, subscribe. That would be fantastic. Dare to be happy. Ciao.